And then we do have, Angela, could I have you read this?
Panel. Is it ever acceptable to cheat in a relationship?
Thank you, Mitch. Appreciate it.
We need Andrew.
Is it ever acceptable to cheat in a relationship?
No, never.
I would say no. Q, what do you think?
No.
What if you're married and the sex stopped?
Go see a counselor first.
Communicate.
Yep. Should be communicating. Should be trying to figure out why y'all not having sex.
What if it's like 100% on her?
In what way? What would the issue be? She just doesn't want to have sex. She's not attracted to you anymore.
Sure. Get attractive again, I guess. I don't know.
Nah, that's grounds for a divorce.
Divorce time.
That's grounds for a divorce.
Divorce time, dead bedroom.
You expect me to be loyal and you're not giving me sex? We got to have a serious
Here's
talk.
a question for the ladies on this. Do you think a man should stay in a sexless marriage? And assuming he's an otherwise good husband, he's tried to do the counseling. Do you think a man should stay in a sexless marriage? Or should anyone stay in a sexless marriage?
I think it
Let's say the
depends
guy's
on
not giving you dick.
reason.
Your boyfriend's not giving you dick.
What's the reason?
Maybe on your honeymoon. Or not honeymoon.
He has erectile dysfunction. He just didn't disclose it to you.
Nah, I don't know if that's that's different. Do you think a man should stay in a sexless marriage or relationship?
If like the other person medically can't have sex, I believe like they should stay. But if it's just like the other person's just like you said not attracted and just like doesn't want to have sex,
they don't want it.
I feel like sex intimacy like overall is such an important part in a relationship. So if you're not having that connection in that way, what's the point of the relationship to begin with?
Honestly, I have no idea. Absolutely like not a clue. I've never thought about that.
Okay.
She gets a pass.
I mean, like we're not able to like work things out. Like it's just he just doesn't want to do it. Can you explain it to me a little?
Let's just say he has a decline in attraction to you.
Oh.
He doesn't want to have sex with you.
I'd prefer to work things out and like talk things out, but like intimacy is a big part of like romantic relationships. So if like we're not connecting in that way, I feel like we shouldn't be together.
Yeah, I feel like it comes down to communication. Like if you can't work it out and like break it down to like why this is happening, then maybe you shouldn't be together with the person.
I don't know. Gosh, that's hard.
Have you been withholding?
What?
Have you been withholding?
What?
Huh?
Withholding.
What's your husband's name? Wisdom?
What about
Is that his name? Is that his name, Wisdom?
He's perfectly satisfied.
Wisdom?
How you know? Did you ask him?
Is she rejecting her wifely duties?
No. Never.
Okay, what about you?
I have a high sex drive, and I've actually had a couple of my partners in the past tell me that my sexual appetite scares them. And that quickly, for me, feels like we aren't on the same wavelength. If I want it too often for what you can supply, then I need to be looking elsewhere for what satisfies
When you
me.
say, like, what's the appetite looking like? Are you need it like 3 times a day type shit?
I prefer that, yeah.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's too much. For me, I can't handle. Couldn't handle that.
This is life.
But what if
What's
he,
the what's the
works,
most
like,
wait? What's the
long
most amount of
hours and
times
you
you've had
can't?
sex in a day?
I don't know. I don't actually.
It's over 9,000!
Not 9,000. Let's be realistic.
Your answer to the question.
I think physical intimacy is really important in a relationship, especially in marriage. But I think like communicating and like sparking up the marriage, when you get married, the honeymoon phase does pass. And sometimes you do lose interest in your partner because you're working hard to pay the house off, or like you guys are just becoming so distant just because of the things that you're dealing with at the moment. I know funds is like a big reason why partners do have difficulties in sparking up, I guess, the intercourse. But doing things that like are out of their comfort zone, trying new things like the sex toys, like you guys
Like
said.
bowing.
Like what?
Bowing.
I
Spice
mean,
things
like,
up,
I'm not
maybe
gonna
you gotta
lie.
bow.
Like, if it works, it works. Like, oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
huge.
But like, if it works, it works. Like, you gotta give it a
What
go.
about you?
This is a tough one.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that physical intimacy, a man shouldn't be forced to live out the rest of his marriage in a sexless marriage. Am I saying that right? But definitely there's a lot to talk about and unpack with it. You got to be open to be vulnerable and have those conversations.
I think if both people are aligned, there will be a solution to the sexlessness of the relationship, and to just duck out because you haven't got some in a while is ridiculous. And no, I think there's got to be a resolve for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a way
I
to
am holding
figure
on
out-
to holding on to the hope that it could be fixed, and having faith and praying about it and seeing counselors. Like, you have to go down all those avenues before you're just like, hey, it's been 6 months, I'm gonna dip out. Like, you know, there could be something else going on.
Well, I think a good faith effort should be made to mend whatever is causing that.
Right.
But I mean, if you're the man, we hear about this a lot from men, where typically, because for example, in lesbian relationships, this is incredibly common, dead bedrooms. So it does seem to be, granted there are women who have really high sex drives, but it does seem to be something that occurs more so on the woman's end than the man's end. So I would, I mean, if you've attempted to resolve it, get it all figured out in a good faith way, maybe you went to counseling, maybe you tried to spice things up. And actually, there's like some crazy thing of this guy. He tracked all the times.
That his
Nick,
wife
could you
rejected sex.
try to Google really quick, like man spreadsheet, wife rejects sex, something like that. It should find it. I honestly think if you've made a good faith effort, and you want, like, that's something you, because obviously, look, you could accept it. You could accept it, be like, well, I'm gonna just accept a sexless marriage. But if it's like, hey, this is, I think it would be reasonable grounds for divorce. I don't think you should cheat, but it would be reasonable grounds for divorce. Let us know when you've got, holy shit, I haven't seen Chino Mesa Town in a minute. God damn, where you been, bro? Okay, do you have it? Yeah. Let's see it. There it is. Can you scroll up a little bit, or just so we see the top of this? Date, sex, excuse. So he tracked it. He attempted. These are all the times. Angelic, could you read the excuses?
Okay. I'm watching the show. Friends rerun. I feel sweaty and gross. I need a shower. Didn't shower until next morning. Nonverbal. I'm exhausted. I'm still a bit tender from yesterday.
They had some, yeah.
Nonverbal. I'm trying to watch the movie. Fell asleep 15 minutes later. I'm too drunk and I ate too much. I won't have time to get showered and ready for dinner. We were 20 minutes early. I just came back from the gym. I feel gross. Didn't shower until next morning. Nonverbal. I have to be up early. Nonverbal. You're too drunk. I feel gross. I'm not feeling good. I ate too much. I'm sweaty and gross, and I'm tired. Nonverbal. I might be getting sick. I still don't feel 100%. I need a shower. I feel gross. I'm too tired. No. Nonverbal. I'm watching my show. I don't want to miss anything.
So this is over the course of like 6 weeks, a month and a half or so. Wait, actually, hold on. Let me bring it back really quick. So that's three yeses.
27 no's.
Three yeses, 27 no's.
Or
3 yeses over the course of 6 weeks.
I like the
That's
dedication
pretty
he
bad.
took.
That's bad. Damn, son.
I feel like at that point, there's something in your relationship you guys need to work out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, should be talking about it.
She clearly has some
Busting out
insecurities too. Like, she doesn't feel
spreadsheets.
good about herself. I feel gross came up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's an excuse, though.
cope.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
It's an excuse.
Those are all excuses.
But is he going out of his way to also make her feel like she shouldn't be feeling gross and that he loves her body even if she's just like a little bit smelly, or be like, why don't we take a sexy shower together? Why don't I wash you off, honey? Like,
Maybe
oh my
he tried
god.
that.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
a
I
man's
would
like,
assume-
let
I
me
would assume he
bathe
tried
you.
that. Because obviously these are all times that he tried to initiate and was rejected. So
Shouldn't the wife desire
and the excuses and the rejections have no tone. She could be really, you know what I mean, nasty towards him. Like, no, like.
I'm not gonna lie though, as a woman, I have a very low sex drive. However, if I'm in love with a man, that sex drive gets boosted, like it skyrockets because I'm in love with him and I feel that love. And if the love isn't there, the intimacy's not gonna be there. So.
Word.